I've been doing some thinking because I haven't been feeling, I guess, as excited as I usually am about the future because of all of this stuff going around, the coronavirus and the economy and everything. And it gives me a feeling of not being in control, which I think most people, they want to feel like they're in control in whatever they're doing. And even though we don't really have control because of outside things such as pandemics, earthquakes, insert whatever natural disaster. But because of all this, it just makes me feel like it's scary. I'm scared or something. I'm usually not. I'm a pretty motivated person, pretty confident in myself in whatever I do, but I don't know, I guess I just, I'm lacking confidence at the moment, and for some reason this happens every so often, and I have to look back on what I've done so far and kind of try to do some self-appreciation and sort of love myself. I know a lot of people deal with depression. I know that I do. I may seem very happy to a lot of people, and I am, but I think there's an equal and opposite reaction to, I can be this happy, but I can also be equally as sad. And it really gets to me sometimes, which causes me to stop and say something's wrong. I need to evaluate my conditions and what I'm not happy about in my life. So in the past, about a year ago, I was in my second semester of college, still not really knowing what I want to do at all, just feeling really lost. And about that time, I started journaling. So I tried to journal whenever I could. I'd write down my feelings, what I was thinking about, what I was excited for, what I wasn't excited for. And I'd write these down as a way for me to be able to look back one day and reflect on what I thought before mattered. And, I spent this morning looking back. This is actually my first journal right here. A good friend of mine gave it to me, and it actually started journaling. I have this one now that I'm working on. But in this journal, I'm looking back, and a lot of it's really heartwarming. It's like things that I wanted, and since this was in the past, now a lot of these things have come true. It's things I've just talked about, things that I've been interested in, and a lot of it has come true. And a lot of the pages in this journal actually are me evaluating myself and asking myself, why am I upset? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like I'm stagnant? And living in a society like America, living in a society where the basic understanding of everything is capitalism, which if we're not improving, if we're not getting better, if the economy isn't getting better, then we're not doing good. It kind of forces all of us who live within it. If I'm not improving myself, if I'm not getting better, then what am I doing, But when I look through this, it's easy for me, being 20 years old, and it's easy for me to compare myself to others and get caught up in what I haven't done or what I'm not, and I immediately forget who I am and what I've done. And yeah. But I really am just talking to try to say to anybody that it does get bad feelings and feels like they're not doing what they need to be doing, and that what they're doing doesn't matter. Stop and take a really good look at yourself and try to evaluate what you've done, who you are, Looking back in this, like I said previously, I'm reading moments of when I was in Ecuador, for example. I went on a trip to Ecuador with my father, and it's just like I read these pages and it's like it transports me back in time to when I was writing it, and like I'm experiencing those feelings once again, and that's just something that's great. So when I'm reviewing this and I find pages where I am not doing well mentally, where I feel really out of it, I kind of go back to that feeling, and then I can compare that with how I feel now, and it's pretty much the same. So it's just a recurring thing. So part of this, part of my goal for today was to form a schedule. So since all this coronavirus stay home thing, I'm not working anymore. I was in an internship and it ended. I decided to end it around the same time. I was apprenticing ceramics, driving somewhere. But now I'm kind of just here, and all this is up to me. And people are no longer really relying on me, I'm relying on myself. So that causes me to need to form a more strict schedule, because when I compare that, I'm like, what am I missing now that I had before? And I felt okay. I'm missing that responsibility I had to others during that time. So if I try to form a responsibility to myself, I figure that should help. It's helped in the past, and I'm deciding that it's time to start again. So I actually found this was more than a year ago when I made this, but you can see that in the whole frame. But each one of these blocks is an hour in the day. There's 24 of these. At least there should be. So for a while, when I was following this time frame, I'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'd go to bed at 10. I'd get 6 hours of sleep a night. And I was tired a lot of times, but I tended to be so busy that it didn't bother me. I was so excited about the things I had planned for the next day that no way could I stay in bed and sleep longer, There's so many more things to do. So I also have these little slips of paper. A lot of these little slips of paper. Some of them say sleep. Some of them say work, school, workout, hobby, whatever. At the time I did this, I was taking 3 online classes, so I had to be really up to date on what I was doing, and I had to be really, really motivated to do my work and really on top of it, because nobody was telling me to do it. I didn't have to show up to class or anything. So basically, I want to try to start this up again. I don't know if I'm gonna go straight to waking up at 4 a.m. again. I think I'm gonna just try to go to bed at 10, wake up at 6, 8 hours, that's all you need. I say that because unfortunately because of the way I've been feeling, I've kind of been uneager to get out of bed. So I go to bed at 10, get out of bed at 10. 12 hours of sleep, completely excessive. And then I end up spending the day I feel like the day's so short. It's because you were in bed for an extra 4 hours. That's a lot of time that I could have been spending on other things. Those things could be ceramics, reading, writing, just enjoying life in general. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start this back up. I'm not in school right now, not until the fall. So I'm gonna hide these away, but I'm gonna make a bunch more slips, and I basically need to figure out what I want to accomplish, what goals I want to set. I can let you in on some goals that I have. Although the economy's kind of out of whack and people are all isolated and stuff, I really want to sell some of my artwork. That's kind of why I started doing it, why I decided to start doing it full time. I enjoy doing it in general, but that'd be cool if I could sell some pieces to save some money for my next 2 years of college. So that's probably one of my main goals. Another would be to continue to self-educate. So I really was never a reader until I graduated high school, and so I keep a lot of books around. These are all books about ceramics that I got from friends and whatnot. I try to read every day, but at the same time I feel that my reading isn't as productive as it could be. I really need a set schedule. This time of the day I read 30 minutes, maybe 39 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night. As you know, I have these journals, so and writing's been really helpful for me. We're just kind of organizing things in my mind, and like I said earlier, with understanding yourself better. So there's quite a few things I have interests in, and I just really want to give enough time for those things in the day where I can really think about them and do them properly, rather than just doing whatever's on my head at the given point in time. So I think with that said, I'm gonna get to work at this. And honestly, with this self-isolation, there's not really, it's easy to get caught up in your own mind, and I think that's been part of what I've been doing. Honestly, just talking to you, which you are actually my iPhone on a tripod, and I didn't think I'd be able to talk openly. It's kind of hard to, because I'm basically talking to myself right now, but I think one of the things that I want to incorporate into my schedule as a daily habit is to talk and whether that's to a friend on the phone or whether that's to you, the camera. I think it's good to talk and articulate your thoughts into words, much like writing. So, I don't know if this will ever be posted, but I think I'm gonna try to do this as a new daily thing. Yeah. So, thank you.